Adam, please.
It's right there, Sarah. Look.
I don't like it. Nope. Oh! Ha! Hey guys, and welcome to GT Not Live, where today it is part 4 of the Mandela Catalogue. Actually, it's not part 4 because we've had multi-part reactions to previous entries in the Mandela Catalogue, but part 4, or volume 4 of the Mandela Catalogue just came out, so it's part 1 of our reaction to Mandela Catalogue part 4? Yeah, that makes sense. We are in a good way right now. There's going to be some top tier reacting happening, theorizing out the wazoo.
Oh yeah. Bringing our A game this morning.
Do youngsters use the word wazoo? I think that's something that I inherited from my grandparents or my great grandparents.
Now that you say it, I have heard it more recently than
Really?
I had in previous years.
Is that because you hang out with me more, or because it's making a triumphant comeback?
I think that was even before it was my pre-Matt era.
Yeah.
Or rather, the era before you acknowledged me as an actual figment of your imagination.
The PME, the pre-Matt era, obviously.
Yes, the PME.
The PME.
Right.
Okay, so I've brought wazoo into your life. I'm glad to hear that. What do we think the wazoo is?
It kind of sounds like a river.
Out the wazoo, like out the mouth of the Wazoo River,
Yes.
The mighty wazoo, paddling down the wazoo.
Yeah, it sounds like a river that goes really fast.
Woo! Sounds like a water slide at a water park.
Yeah, it's like the sound you make when you're going through the water. Wazoo!
Wait, is it the water? See now you're mixing it up because you're saying is it the river, is it the water slide, or is it the sound that you make with the water slide?
Well,
I feel like you're saying it's all these different
you
things.
brought up the water slide. What I'm saying is it's a river, and it's named after the sound you make when you go down the river.
Wazoo! That's it. Wazoo! Speaking of antiquated language that is outdated but also vague in its definition, this is one that is way older than me, but I heard it mentioned a lot. Mm-hmm. You bet your sweet Bippy.
Bippy?
Bippy. Yeah, so it's like, oh, can you do that for me today? And it's like, you bet your sweet Bippy I can. What is that? What is a Bippy? Can anyone tell me what a Bippy is? Comments. Let me know what a Bippy is. Any guesses? What am I betting? You bet your sweet What is my Bippy and what makes it so sweet?
Maybe it's like, you know how babies have their bibs and they said it wrong and it's a Bippy.
You bet your sweet Bibby. Bippy, that's the one.
Or that children's YouTuber, but they forgot the L.
Oh, Blippy, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what, it's a typo.
Yep.
It's you bet your sweet Blippy. But then they're like, oh, maybe it's just copyright infringement. Maybe Blippy came down on you. Don't bet me. I am not sweet. Don't let the blue outfit, suspenders, and orange glasses deceive you.
Maybe he was like, hey, that's not very nice to bet someone without their knowledge.
Yeah. Hey, guys. Today we're going to learn about how not to bet human lives.
Blippy!
Blippy! Yay! I think I'm getting Blippy and Bluey kind of fused into one at this point. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Blippy, hugely successful kids channel here on YouTube. Its merch is everywhere in Target. It's crazy.
It is. My cousins love Blippy.
I also like that Blippy. We should do the lore of Blippy at some point.
Oh my god.
We should, actually, because I believe at this point Blippy is starting to multiply. As he gets older, as, he can't stay a children's host forever, you have to start, gracing others with the blue outfit, orange suspenders, and glasses. And so there are now multiple Blippies.
Wait, are there they should make variations of the name? So there should be a clumsy one named Slippy?
And one who's a paperclip and he's just Clippy.
Clippy, yes.
Or he just no clips through reality, winds up in the back rooms all the time. Oh, there goes Clippy again. Through the back rooms. Damn it, Clippy, just stay corporeal for a fraction of a second. Damn it. So,
Don't say damn it on a children's show. Blippy.
This is not the children's show. Oh, that's the weird, yeah. They gotta learn at some point. Sorry, it was just a slippy of the tongue. I know, I'm so sorry. So anyway, we're not reacting to any of that today. Although maybe at some point we will react to Blippy. I think that would be a lot of fun. The dark lore of Blippy. Sure, why not? Dark lore of Coco Melon. I'm sure there's a lot there that we could dive into.
No.
But anyway, and that's what the kid. I mean, that's we're doing like we do Paw Patrol, and I'm looking at Bluey, and obviously like all this old like these children's IP at this point. You look at like what kids nowadays are being raised on. I mean, that's it. Coco Melon. It's a scary place. Trust me. I've done my survey of kids' YouTube channels to see if any of them are okay to show Ollie. There's a very small handful, and Coco Melon is not on that list. No offense.
Oh no.
I know. It's I don't know, man.
You should go to more retro things. Like I think Ollie would really appreciate Bob the Builder.
Yeah, no, and we do go. And like at this point, it is mostly retro stuff.
Yes.
Like we do a classic '90s Magic School Bus.
Oh, yes.
Holds up so well and is so I'm like, these are amazing. You're learning so much. I want to get swallowed by Arnold and take a ride through his digestive system.
I love that episode.
It's iconic. I mean, you have to correct some things. Like at this point, Pluto is no longer a planet, so you have to be like, hey, Ollie. They've had some rethinks about some of the planets here, but no, for the most part, and it reminds you of stuff that you'd long forgotten, like the little tubes, the little things inside your intestines that absorb like nutrients are called the villi, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. It teaches you Pepper's ghost effect when you're like 5. And I'm like, yes, it's awesome. Took Walt Disney like a decade of his life to figure that one out. Anyway. That's the Pepper's ghost effect is where you basically use light to bounce a shadow or like a reflection off of glass in order to make it look transparent, which makes it look ghostly, which is basically how the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland functions and how basically most of the most exciting effects at Disneyland work. There you go. So anyway, hey, Mandela Catalogue. Let's hop into this. This dropped, a couple days ago.
Yep.
So I'm excited. I have not seen anything about this. I have not heard anything about this. I can't even see how long it is. Is this? Oh boy.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
It has length.
It does. You bet your sweet Bippy it's long. That sound. I don't even know what a Bippy is, but that sounded wrong. I feel bad about that in context.
Yeah, I feel like we should actually look up what this means
before we use it too much.
Yeah, before the entire witty banter is just us talking about it.
You know what? But we'll all have learned a lesson at that point. All right. So I guess thus begins part 1 of our part 4 reaction. Because something tells me we are not getting through this entire thing in the time that we had 40-minute epic. Oh boy. Unless I'm completely silent through the entire thing, which would not be fair to Alex Kister or to you who care so much about my live reactions to this sort of thing. So, without any further ado, closed captions are on. Let me make sure, playback speed 175. Of course it is, because everything in my life is at 2 times speed, if not faster. And here we go! Mandela! In the beginning. Ooh, chapters. 2 years later, remembrance, correspondence. Okay, I don't want to spoil anything. Excited. This series always gets me.
In the beginning, the earth was created without form, as a spirit hovered over the face of the waters. Light was created first, then the light was divided by darkness.
Oh, getting biblical.
The light would be called day, and the darkness would be called night.
Genesis. Classic
On
Genesis.
the second day, the spirit created the skies above and the water below. A great firmament was created to divide the waters.
Yeah.
The evening to the morning was the second day. The water below was separated from dry land, where a diverse arrangement of plants were grown. The mass of water would be called the sea. The land would be called earth.
Ooh, hello.
Water would be called the sea.
Someone corrupted the tree.
The land...
Back there. Boop. Huh, did he transform into a tree? Huh. How did that tree grow? So that looks like Gabriel, right? again, this whole series starts, and I'm actually really excited that we're getting back into the religious imagery stuff, because I think, like, the alternates obviously are really exciting. There's a lot of really cool themes and topics that this series talks about, but to me, I think the like weird religious undertones with a lot of this and kind of how it plays with biblical text and some of these like biblical stories and narratives is really interesting and feels very different. And I understand why. A lot of creators out there would be scared to touch that sort of stuff because it's literally sacred to a lot of people. And so you always run this risk of either scaring people off or offending people or whatever. But I think there's so much text there that is so rich with stories and history and connotation that it's ripe for inspiring your own like spin-off stories and this and that. And so to see Alex, as the creator of Mandela Catalogue, playing with a lot of these ideas and twisting them in some ways, like I think it's really fascinating. And I grew up with a lot of this. I mean, like this passage from Genesis was like every Easter Saturday, every Easter Sunday for me. Like in the beginning, right? Morning came, evening followed, the dawn of the second day. Like I know all of this stuff, right? Springs of water, bless the Lord, give God glory and praise. So like I like all of this, but I love being able to see this translated through someone else's eyes and telling its own unique story. It's very, very interesting.
Was separated from dry land.
But here, so I wanted to rewind this real quick. So the tree starts, I mean, it looks slightly different, and you have this thing that I don't know if that's Gabriel, the angel from the beginning, or if it's like some sort of weird corruption, because it doesn't look like a flower. It has that kind of black and white.
The mass.
Oh, I guess it is. No, it is a flower.
The land.
Oh, so Gabriel just comes out of nowhere, and that's what I'm assuming, right? It has that kind of like creepy statue look to it that has been associated with that character since the very beginning of this series. So it corrupts the tree. It enters the tree. It grows from the ground. It was created from the whole time. The parallels to Satan have always been interesting. And the idea of where this thing came from. Is it an alien from outer space? Is it another spiritual being? What is Gabriel? What is this corrupting angel force? Been very curious. So this is actually a really important moment for me because you're seeing in the dawn of creation that this thing has always been here, right? So I know I'm focusing a lot on it, but this is the first instance that we're seeing of this entity, this creature, that has so many ramifications for later in the series. And it's one of the things that to me has been one of the most interesting problems, or one of the interesting mysteries to solve here. So seeing him appear in like day 3, day 4 of the creation of the world is really interesting.
It would be called Earth.
And he becomes, it's realistic.
A grand array of stars and planets filled the emptiness of the night sky. The sun and moon were created to give life to day and night.
Also, now I'm on high alert, because that was pretty subtle in the background, and so I'm like, oh man, I gotta really be paying super close attention.
Several creatures were created to inhabit the sea, sky, and land. The creatures would multiply,
Photoshop.
And soon the earth was filled with
Compositing for the win.
On the 6th day, a man was created from the dust of.
Oh man, are we gonna get demonetized because of Adam? Put on a shirt, man.
I mean,
YouTube don't care.
It's a tasteful covering with
Too much
the
skin.
leaves.
Is he near a pool? Is he near a beach? YouTube don't care. The biblical story before clothing was created? No thanks.
Well, you see how the ground gets darker as it's closer to the bushes? Mm-hmm. Maybe it's implying that it's going like downhill and it's going to go to like a pond or a lake.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's implied.
Yeah.
A heavily implied lake or beachside resort.
Implied swimming.
There you go. So don't flag us.
Ground, followed by a woman to keep him company.
Look at
They
him.
loved each other very much.
Oh, there's water. Look, totally okay.
That's certainly water.
Yes, certainly water. I mean, you saw it on day 2 when these things were created. The sky and the water were interchangeable, so basically all he did was mirror flip it upside down.
Exactly.
They're one and the same.
And water is
And he needed land to divide the two.
Exactly.
So it's just blue water in the sky.
Right.
What is clouds if not water vapor? I learned that on the Magic School Bus this weekend. Water vapor episode, baby! Let's go!
Checkmate, you two.
Check it. Excuse me. According to Ms. Frizzle, water is everywhere.
And happiness was felt for the first time.
Oh, that's nice.
They would gaze up at the stars that night before falling into a deep, graceful slumber.
And thus the spoon was created. The bigly spoon and the teeny spoon. In the beginning, there was Snuggles, and it was good. Verily. Okay, awaken my son. See, that could be confused as just a very flesh-toned t-shirt. Totally fine. Oh, there he is. What is that? Oh, yeah. Apple of Knowledge. Okay, so we are the Apple of Enlightenment. So we are really leaning into the idea that this is Satan then, right? Like this is kind of making it pretty explicitly clear. We'll see what happens, but, you know, in the original biblical story, right, you have the serpent who's like, eat my apple and you'll have the knowledge of God. And, you know, and then Adam's like, okay, I'm kind of hungry. Whoa, my mind is expanded. And whoa, I'm suddenly naked. I'm going to get demonetized. That is the biblical story here in 2020, the year of our Lord 2022.
This night was different than the last.
That's a
The
red...
woman would gaze up at the sky, but the brilliance and beauty of the stars were obscured by the man staring down at her. The woman was afraid.
Ooh, I'm afraid.
Not only has digital technology been easier to use, for me and my family feel a lot safer with it now.
This is Dave from Mandela Tech.
Hold up a second. No use anymore to try and escape, try and fight. All right, so here's Bythorn. In the past, we've visited the Bythorn Paranormal Society, which was the guys who are investigating alternates in various household establishments. Very casual organization, very laid back, but they were the Bythorn guys, and then you're right next door to Mandela. Also worth noting, Exit 333, which feels important because 333 was volume 333. Half of 666, obviously, which is the sign of the beast, the number of the devil. But now that we know, and I think this is the first time it's been established, maybe it's just the first time I'm noticing it, that it's the exit for Mandela. So not only was it volume 3, volume 333, which I thought was like a parody or kind of a reference to 666, but we also have it here as that's where you get to this kind of like hellscape or this place where all of this started, I guess. It's interesting. Again, you have this like biblical story from like, I corrupted them in the beginning. I am the thing that started this whole thing way back in the early times of the world that we just saw. But it's always seemed a bit disconnected to Mandela and the alternates and things like that. So, wrong button. So
This is Dave.
We'll see how they
from
parallel.
Mandela Tech. How may I help you?
Hey Dave, it's O'Brien.
Oh, how's it going, man? It's been a while.
Oh, you know.
Oh, green
Same old,
energy.
Same old.
Yeah, I feel you.
Mandela.
How'd that church gig go?
Oh, it was great. Got the whole congregation out of their seats during the last performance. Felt empowering, you know. According to the other band members, that's never happened before. Made me feel real special.
Oh, good for you.
That's great, dude. Happy to hear it.
Yeah, man.
Enough about me, though. How you been holding up?
I don't know. You know how it is. I'm sure you've seen the news. Local businesses haven't really been doing so hot recently.
That's rough, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
I don't know. That's alright.
Established in 1981.
Sooner or later.
So this is back in the 90s era? Because we've been jumping between a couple different eras, right? We've been jumping between, obviously, the biblical stuff. There's the, 1990s era, which was when we saw the Bythorn Paranormal Group, I believe. But then there's also the kind of, flash forward, it feels like, which is later in the timeline around, the early 2000s, I believe. And again, that's one of the things that you always got to work on with this series is piecing together where events fit together.
You're right.
up having to shut down, I can vouch for you to get a position here. They'll pay you much better than whatever the hell you're making down there.
Dave, same old procedure, drop off when you're done. Thatcher. So Thatcher was the police officer from the last episode, Volume 333, who gets attacked by the Ultimate.
I'm not a man of God, O'Brien.
He's also the one who is really disillusioned with things. In the interim, during our last upload of Mandela Catalogue, we did their ARG, where we had to watch a very short video or series of videos here on the channel, at which point then you were able to piece together the username and password to get into the Mandela Police Department website, and we got some audio logs from past cases, which kind of covered a lot of the characters that we've seen up to this point. We also got the kind of logs of Thatcher himself, kind of like talking about his whole experience. We saw how like disillusioned and angry he was with everyone around him about how they've been handling like the alternate situation. So they took that down. Alex took that down after that. So I don't know if he was unsatisfied with how it turned out, or if he was adding stuff to it, updating it. Probably worth a look again, and if we're doing a theory about this, we will be hopping back to like re-examine that website. But I do know that for a while we're like, oh, this is really interesting. Then all of a sudden it disappeared, and we're like, ooh, like what does that say about what it meant to the overall lore? Did it serve its purpose? Is he waiting? Whatever. So anyway, just wanted to call that out.
Hey, no worries. You don't need to be a believer. You can always let me know if you change your mind. Well, I gotta get running. Got rehearsal at 8. I'll talk to you soon, alright?
What's this one called? Still in the beginning. Okay. Oh, retro stuff. Use magnetic strips of tape to oh, wait, hold up. Mr. Lee. Viewing intended only for Mr. Lee. So this is the restore tape? Yeah, this is the restore tape. Okay, which was given to Dave by Thatcher. All right. And isn't TV's... Oh, there it is. The only CRT TV in Wisconsin open daily. Yeah, okay, so again, like, because there's this fear of an entity, the intruder, presumably, that is able to appear in different TVs or, like, appear through screens, all, like, TVs and, like, screen-based technology has been outlawed in this world, right? Like, we've seen them shattering it. There's been government mandates saying, like, get rid of your TVs, get rid of your mirrors, stuff like that. So I mean, again, it's a fascinating world, like a fascinating alternate history to what the world would look like if all of this stuff was not allowed to exist. So it's interesting that this is almost like contraband in order to prevent the spread of this stuff. Toddler stress assessment video. Record your child's response to the following media. Is this the media? Because I'm pretty stressed watching it. I'm not a toddler. Alternate? Maybe? Toddler stress assessment. Or is that a reference to... So is that the media, or is... Because toddler stress assessment... This is Thatcher. Because toddler stress assessment was in episode 2, I believe? Was it the same one? I'd have to go back and double check, but there is that moment where it's like, we show you images, and they're kind of disturbing, and it's freaky, and you see, like, the traumatic drawings of kids. So I don't know if that's a reference to that tape, and we're connecting those dots, or if this is...
Sounds about right.
This is before or after he was...
Meet every Wednesday at...
I'm assuming this is before he became a police officer? Maybe. Maybe not. Because here we're seeing this is 6/11/07, which is pretty late in our timeline of events. But again, all this stuff could be disconnected from time, too. Huh. Interesting. Okay. I'm just going to move this, because there's going to be a lot of lower thirds.
6 p.m. at the St. John Library. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to bring your paintbrushes.
Yeah!
Thank you very much, Lola. Our next student comes from our very own Bythorn High. Please welcome Sarah.
Sarah Heathcliff,
Hello.
okay.
I am Sarah Heathcliff. founder of the Paranormal Club at Bythorn High School.
Okay, so Sarah is... Okay, so this is a flashback then. Because Sarah... We learn later that Sarah and Mark Heathcliff are involved in this later in the timeline. And at one point there's the intruder or the alternate says like, oh, you cannot save her. Like, it's done. It's in the past. And he's like, no, I must. So to see Sarah appearing here, and as a kid, right, starting the Ghost Hunter Club, this is predating a lot of events that we've seen already.
I look to do some private investigations and help some people out from the surrounding area.
Oh, this is precious.
I'm currently looking for a work partner to pursue this line of work with. Don't worry about having any experience or anything. I'm also a beginner. You can contact me with the email shown on screen now.
Oh man, okay. So this is ARG. And again, like I love some of this, but yeah, here's ARG stuff. Presumably, we can probably email her. I'm assuming that you don't give away a real working email address unless you expect it to work and respond. So this seems very intentional. We should contact Sarah Heathcliff and say like, hey, what's up? I'd like to join. I want to help you hunt ghosts. Let's do this. Also, it's 2007, so what's the cool thing for kids in 2007?
AOL.
Yeah, is that AOL era?
I mean, I don't know.
It's a couple years before YouTube.
I was doing AIM and stuff.
Yeah,
back
let's chat. Gmail didn't. 2007. Gmail didn't exist back then, did it?
Did it?
Hold up. When did Gmail start? 2004. Oh, she was an early adopter.
Oh, an influencer.
Oh man, she was on the bleeding edge. Good for you, Sarah
Yes.
Heathcliff. Well done. Well done.
Head of the curve.
Right, she's there. And then also, if we're following through on the whole, again, thinking about FNAF stuff, Sarah Heathcliff, 89, is that the year she was born? In which case, then we can calculate how old she would be at this point. Though that would put her at, what, 17? 90 to 2000, yeah, that's 10 years plus 7, so like 17, 18. Sounds a bit young for that. And the drawings and stuff feel a bit kiddie. So I don't know exactly, but that is just a point of evidence to like keep in our mind.
Her defense. Let's say that was in like MS Paint. With
It
a
could
mouse.
be. It feels very like Khan Academy.
Yeah.
Like where you're drawing on like a tablet.
That's exactly what I was thinking, yes.
It does. It feels like very tablet-based drawing or MS Paint drawing.
She's ahead of the curve.
She is. Good for her. That's it.
Back from someone.
I've been
Thanks for
hashtagging
listening.
Oh, Sarah. Currently at large. So this is her older.
Hey Sarah, I saw your video. I'd like to join you with your investigation stuff since I think that sounds pretty cool. I go to Workshop High School, but I hope that's not too much of an issue. Also, I grew up in Mandela, so I have some ideas of places we can explore. Up to you though. Hope to hear back from you.
Adam Murray, 88. Adam Murray, at large. Gotta say, the extreme contrast on these pictures is scarier than like most of the creatures in other indie horror stuff. Bythorn Paranormal Society. Special announcement, everyone please welcome Adam! I want to join. Subscribe, give me 5 stars. Okay,
Hello, everybody. Okay. Me and my friend Adam are excited to announce that we have recently founded the Bythorn Paranormal Society.
Yeah! We live in
You heard
one,
that right. We are now expanding into surrounding areas. And we don't mind traveling a little bit if we need to. There is nothing that will scare us away. Just give us a call.
We're also getting a real phone number.
I was about to say, whoa.
That's big. So email is definitely one thing. Phone number is even more serious, right? After school, private investigation, no fee. Every day, 4 to 11 p.m. No fee. Nice. Yeah, we're gonna have to call this number now too, aren't we?
I want to do it right now.
You can sacrifice your number. Go for it.
Cool.
Okay, go for it. Yeah.
Hi. Don't dox me, please. If you get this call. Okay, so it's 414-555-0149. 0149. Oh, goes to Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, yeah.
Your call cannot be completed at this time. Please try again later. En este momento no se puede realizar su llamada. Favor de intentar más tarde. Message 6. US01LV.
Message 6. US 01.
LV.
US. Ha! Ha! What's that? It's an error message. I'm like, it's a code! We got part 6 of a code!
Vegas? No.
Message 6 US 01 LV. Unable to call 2 different landlines. Receiving error messages. Dialing all the numbers. Have been tapping for 2 days. Please assist. The message usually means that your call cannot be completed at the time due to the other user's network experiencing high traffic volumes in a specific area because of congestion or network difficulty, or because you created a mystery series online and now everyone is calling.
It was 414-555.
No. Here's the thing. Either it's a number that doesn't exist, or it's a number that has gotten such a high volume of calls since it released 3 days ago that AT&T or whoever is like, hey, no.
Like, stop.
Stop it. You're breaking us.
Stop.
So I don't know what it is, but that's real interesting. And I feel like there must have been something there. Well, we can email her.
Okay.
Ooh, breaking and entering event number 1. Great.
This will be fine. I promise. Imagine the reactions from this. This will be great. And I know the perfect spot.
No way this place was abandoned, Adam.
Shh. Okay. Ready to get your mind blown?
I don't feel good about this.
Down that hallway, Sarah. Look at it, and don't look away. Okay, all set. Now press play.
Audio lure! Spring trap is coming!
Shh. Just watch.
It's not good.
Look, Sarah, look at it. What are you doing?
No. Adam, please.
It's right there, Sarah. Look.
I don't like it. Nope. Oh! Ah! Oh, that is so effective.
Don't you want to see?
I can't look.
It's literally looking at us, Sarah.
Stop it, please!
Oh! Wow, that was great. What a great misdirect. Oh!
We got it on video. You can look at it whenever you're ready. You've got a crazy good shot, Sarah.
No. I'm not doing that ever again.
You're kidding.
I just need time, alright? If you're gonna keep doing these with someone, then you need someone else. I'll do everything else, I guess.
Two years later. So, that's the end of the beginning, huh? Okay, 2 years later. Oh, that was good. Oh, that was real good. That was real good. Good misdirect. But I as we kind of transition to the next chapter, I think it's worth calling out what that showed us, right, is we're seeing this parallel of Adams, right? So Adam and Eve, in the beginning, he eats the apple of enlightenment, becomes corrupted, and spreads that then to Eve in this case. And that idea of like, he stood over her and the woman was scared and this and that. So that's interesting. And then here, it's a similar sort of situation, right? I think that's what they're trying to draw here is a guy named Adam is the first man, maybe, or like at least as far as this narrative is concerned, the first man to bring in the woman Sarah, Eve, and corrupt her in some way, or kind of like expose her to this apple of enlightenment, these alternates, this other entity, right? So you see this kind of parallelism at different points in the story, all related to Adam. So Adam was, again, the first man, which is interesting. We got time to keep going, yeah?
We do.
You sound so sad about that.
I'm thinking.
Are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I'm having thoughts.
What are your thoughts?
Well, her name is not Eve.
I mean, Sarah.
Eve.
Cliff? I appreciate you trying to make some. You know what? I appreciate what you're trying to do here, Ash. But sometimes you just got to make a couple of logical extensions. You know, not everything can be so directly. Adam is already pretty. You know, he's done a lot of legwork for you. At a certain point, you got to take a couple baby steps for yourself.
Yeah, no, and I understand that. I was just thinking to myself, you know, what if it's laid out in that way to deceive us?
Oh, to deceive Cliff?
Deceive
Cliff? It's all a Mr. Egg. None of it. All of it's a lie. All right. 2 years later. No, your insights. Super deep, Ash. I love it.
A call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Ooh,
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 9 for more options.
Hey Sarah, it's Adam. I'm on the way back. We got some pretty good material that I think you'll be pretty psyched about. So, yeah, see you soon.
I don't know, man. Like, I appreciate that they're friends. Someone drags me to an abandoned... What?
Eve!
Evelyn! Everyone else has a birthday at the end. Her birthday is clearly 1287. Evelyn. Or Ash, maybe she's evil. Evil in her.
In her heart, in her mind,
Yeah.
which is what the M stands for. And 90 is the amount of times she has done evil things.
That's the amount of evil. She's not at 100 on the evil scale yet. She's close.
Which means there's a chance at redemption here. She's not so far gone.
Always a chance. She's only at 90 of evil mind. Evil in mind. There it is. We've solved it. We've cracked it.
Yeah.
Ash.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the April Fool's edition of Film Theory on Mandela Catalogue.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it. All right, let's actually go through this. Okay, FU, you'll get what's coming, says Amanda on December 19th. That's unfortunate. Tyler Johnson, a couple weeks later. What does FS2 even stand for?
For sure.
Two. For sure. Two. Yeah, I mean, you said it with such confidence. I have to believe you.
Right?
It's a Zoomer thing. You don't get it,
Y'all
Tyler
wouldn't
Johnson.
understand.
Yeah, you don't get it. Even though this is 2007, but whatever, 2009.
Well, depending on when they were born, they could be Zoomers.
It's true.
It'd be weird that Adam would be talking to people so young, but go for it.
You know, it works in mysterious ways. Jonah Marshall, you got to try 25 milligrams next time, bro. Sarah Heathcliff. This is great. Can we talk this through, please? Okay. Ooh. Defriended! Oh, removing Jonah Marshall as a contact.
I don't do drugs, Jonah.
Right. Choosing the straight and narrow. Oh, Noah. Hopping on Left 4 Dead 2 in a little bit.
Nice.
Nice, Noah. XXX, Noah XXX. Ooh, can I at least have some closure, Adam? Gotta go to work. Please respond while I'm gone. Oh, so this is Adam. And it makes sense that he would defriend Jonah or unfriend Jonah at this point because, and again, forgive me, I'd have to go back and re-watch everything and recheck the timeline here, but this might be coming shortly after one of them, Adam, stayed behind in the basement of the cat, I believe it was volume 333, where they were called in to do the cat job as the Bythorn Paranormal Society, where a woman called in, she's like, my cat's doing weird things. And they go in, it's Adam and Jonah. I believe Adam goes into the basement, that's where he finds the intruder on the TV. whereas Jonah runs away, and Adam's like, no, you've deceived me, you're not a friend anymore. So I think that might be why he unfriended him here. As well as, maybe not agreeing with his prolific drug use.
Yeah.
Obviously. 25, maybe it's 25 milligrams of sugar. Cotton candy.
Of sugar?
Pixie stick.
Oh my gosh.
That's probably a drug name at some point, too. Yo, man, you do the pixie stick? Yeah, I did 25 milligrams the other day. Clearly you can tell that this is a world that I do not associate with. Can I at least have some closure? Okay, Evelyn, gotta go to work. Please respond while I'm gone. Okay. Sir H, I'm not bailing you out when the cops find you. If they won't, they're all bark and no bite. Just got home. Did you hear a voicemail? No, I've been busy. How'd the visit go? So this is maybe in the aftermath of that. Do you want good or bad news first? I don't know. What do you choose, Ash?
Oh, bad news.
Right, I'm a bad news first person too, so I can get that over with. Hey, Sarah! Bad news first, team. Jonah bailed. I don't know what happened. No. I think this way of telling stories is always really compelling. And I'm pretty sure he's dead. Or something. Jonah bailed, and I'm pretty sure he's dead. I'm just gonna let you know this over like AOL.
Yeah.
It's fine. That's a casual chat. It's like, okay. Like, maybe a little bit more. Like, hey, it's really bad news. The good news is like, yeah, but I got like $2 on my latest scratch-off lottery ticket. Got a free ticket. Woo! Scratch-off lottery. What? Adam, what? Yes, Sarah, I agree. What? Okay, wait, let me say the good news. I have now been corrupted by the intruder. Absolutely not. Call me now.
Adam? Eventually someone will stumble across that. You just drove off?
Didn't really think it would be that big of a deal.
I didn't think it'd be that big of a deal. Friended my body on the ground. Crashed into the highway median, whatever. NBD.
Memento mori, that kind of thing.
Yeah, que sera, whatever will be. It's fine. We're good here. Totally smooth sailing, friendos. Yikes.
What?
Put yourself in my shoes for a second. I just got done walking for miles in the cold, alright? Would you expect me not to take the car?
What the hell has gotten into you? Adam.
Got some killer footage, though.
I don't give a shit about the footage until you sort yourself out. Crazy how I feel more sympathy towards someone I hardly knew than you. He was your best friend.
No, he wasn't my best friend. I was his best friend.
Whoa. Wow.
Spicy.
Cold, man. He wasn't my best friend. Wow. Or wait, no, I was his best friend. Jeez, come on. Jeez. This is rough, man. This is not a healthy friendship right here.
No.
Certainly not. This is toxic. This is a toxic relationship going on right here. Also, I love that everyone's like, no, I'm the victim. No, I'm the victim. You know who's the real victim? Jonah, the guy who's dead in the snow. What about me? I had to walk like a mile in the snow and ice. Sarah's like, what about me? I feel really bad about this person that I didn't even know compared to you. Like, no. What about the guy who might be dead or something?
Or something.
Who
knows? Maybe the 25 was like a multivitamin.
Like, you're still on the 25.
He was like,
vitamin C.
What if he cared so much about Adam's nutrition that he's like, I really think you need to up your vitamin C intake.
Your vitamin C dose. Your dosage of vitamin C. Yep. Jonah's immune system off the chain right now. Just flying high. Immunity for days. those white blood cells be throwing out all those antibodies. Again, I learned that in the Magic School Bus episode about Ralphie's immune system. Where they go into his open, bleeding wound and explore the germs that are going through his bloodstream. That's totally fine. Totally okay with that.
Yeah, and Jonah saw that and was like, you know what? I have to make sure that my friends are safe.
Yeah, and Jonah says, come on, ride on the Magic School Bus. Ba-da-bum. He's got 25 milligrams of vitamin C. He's going to be fine. Here we go.
I don't have friends.
We have to tell our viewers, you know.
We? I think you mean you. You're the one that handles the online.
No, you. This is all your fault, Adam. We didn't need this footage. I don't care how good it is. Why don't you make a memorial video for the only person that ever cared about you? The viewers will start suspecting things sooner or later. I thought you were better than this.
Hard drop. So are they getting their footage of alternates? No wonder Evelyn left you.
Ooh.
You're not wrong though. Now we have Adam and Eve. So actually, and if Adam and Eve were in a relationship, you're totally right. Actually,
Boom.
Ash. Like
Boom.
I know that we started as a joke. And that we were kind of riffing on it for a while.
Yeah, totally.
But
it was
at this
not serious.
No, but at this point, the fact that Adam and Eve were in a relationship, I was wrong.
Saying.
No baby steps for us. Just there it is.
Just saying.
Ash is like 3 steps ahead of all of us at this point. All right, here's the population trends report. This is some data for all us data nerds.
17 years and counting. Fear dwelling in the bottom of my stomach eats away at me like a cancer.
See, I feel like this is a big warning sign. The fact that no one is doing anything about this, like hopefully the population reports because people are moving because of how horrendously unsafe this is. But look at this, you're dropping off by a couple thousand a year.
17 years and counting. Fear dwelling in the bottom of my stomach eats away at me like a cancer.
Get out of here. Okay. Thatcher.
The bellowing of broken parents. The cries of sisters asking where their brothers went. All drowned out by the humming of fluorescent lights. Missing persons reports stacked on top of each other like a mountain of grief.
It's got a lot of backlog there, but that inbox might need some clearing. Just like I have a lot of things in my inbox that I need to respond to. Just saying, but might need to take a little bit more initiative on that.
Part of me thinks if I lit a match and tossed it, their souls would find their final resting place. Weaver, my guardian angel, in a sense.
Watch out.
I threw her to the flames in an act of self-preservation. Her photo plastered in the lobby, almost like a reminder of what I did. At the same time, I feel anger.
Remembrance? In heavy quotes. We're not really gonna, in remember, like sarcastic quotes. Remembrance.
I feel vengeful. I feel pain. I'll make you proud, Ruth. But the darkness followed me home, Weaver. I left. I couldn't cut it. I shut myself in. But something else was there with me. If nobody's there to call you crazy, would you ever find out?
So one of the things I'm curious about, and you know we're wrapping up. This will probably be a good place to break at the end of this kind of like second chapter here, or year 2. But one of the things that I'm constantly kind of questioning about this series, and I'm still wrapping my head around, is the world knows that alternates are a thing. Like, they know that there's this, like, army or this, like, existence of these creatures who are able to appear as realistic humans, but there are versions of them that are monstrous. There are all these different kind of iterations of these alternate humans. And we kind of coexist with them. We're okay living with them. So I'm curious what the Paranormal Society with like Sarah and stuff and Adam, as well as Thatcher, are they like, hey, we encountered these things and we're trying to like make contact with them. We know they exist. Like, are they relegated off to a certain part of society and kind of like trapped away? And you kind of like visit them almost like a zoo. I think like that's my confusion. It's like everyone acknowledges that these are things, but when Adam's like, oh, I got footage. Is it footage of the intruder? Is it footage of alternates? I'm not 100% sure. And I think to me, that's the biggest thing that I need to wrap my head around when it comes to this series. Because the government's issuing warnings about them. The police department knows to like, oh, just hands off. Let them do what they're going to do. You can't fight back against them, really. So are we okay with them? Are we like what is the motives here? Like, and what is the actual relationship look like? And what is the permeation of them throughout society is the thing that I keep coming back to. And I'm like, I still don't have a solid grasp on that. World without screens. Better? Oh, hey. Hi. Oh, no thanks. The Exorcist. That's interesting. So in a world without screens, Exorcist is a movie from the early 70s? 71, 72, maybe? Exorcist 1. 73. Oh, I was so close. Exorcist 3, 1973. So, again, I need to double back and backtrack the timeline of this because that might give us a clue as to, like, I don't know if that's an anachronism of, like, oh, well, we're just wearing a t-shirt. But to me, I think Alex is too smart for that sort of thing where it's like the world without screens must have happened after the release of The Exorcist, because you wouldn't have movies, right, in a world without screens, unless projectors function differently. Again, nuances of the world and some of these finer details are really interesting to me. And so seeing like, oh, a reference to The Exorcist, it's like, oh, well, would they have movies in this world if all screens have been outlawed? You kind of lose a lot of these like mass media IP because you don't have screens to like televise them on. Projectors might work differently. So maybe movie projectors are still fair game. I would suspect that they couldn't be, though. It would be weird to kind of make that differentiation. Nope. No thanks. Oh. It looks friendly. It looks like he's smiling. He's smiling. Turn on a light, man. Just sleep with the lights on. Don't mess with that.
Just gonna have to take my word for it.
You're firing me?
No. I'm not firing you. You remember our last good day? Yeah, me either.
Dave, please. Is there anything else I can do? I'll gladly do longer shifts. You don't even have to pay me anything extra. This is all I have. Please?
Look, I have a good friend that used to work at the police station. I'll put in a good word for you, alright? I appreciate your loyalty so much, Evelyn. It's been a good run. Bye-bye.
Dave, wait. What's with the closet? The old TV? Why do you stop?
Yeah. Remembrance. All right, so that's part 3 now. All right, we're about halfway through. That's not bad. And then there's a bunch of credits at the end. So Dave got corrupted at the end here? Did he... I mean, it seems like he's, like, you know, he has this TV. He fires it up every once in a while. It's dangerous. You're not supposed to use it. And then one of these times, he ended up using it. Which toddler assessment, right? I believe we see the intruder in the earlier uploads. So maybe that's the way that he gets corrupted, is the intruder's there in that toddler assessment video, which then corrupts him, and now he is, you know, brainwashed, taken over. He's part of them now. I was hoping as he was removing these sunglasses that he would have a second pair of sunglasses. He just reminds me of that kind of dude. Yeah! And he has another second, other pair of sunglasses under there just because he's that sort of dude.
I appreciate the sound effect.
Yeah, the CSI Miami scream. Yeah!
Yeah, I do. It's great.
It's so funny. But yeah, so I'm assuming that's what happened. And it's one of those things where you play with fire enough times, you eventually get burned, and he got burned, right? So that's what it seems like. The fact that Thatcher has not been taken over or corrupted yet by an alternate is still weird or interesting. Like, why is he being chosen as one who is not being absorbed or like corrupted, killed, and insert any number of horrific deaths here? Not 100% sure. So it's interesting that he's the protagonist looking to kind of like crack this case open. But again, like, what is the case? Are we trying to fight back against these creatures? Are we trying to just learn more about them? What is the motivation, I think, is the question. So hopefully we'll be able to piece that together a bit more in the back 20 of Mandela Catalogue, because you bet your sweet Bippy we are going to be back to react to more of this next time. Again, I'm so excited about this series. I think there's so many interesting ideas here. It's such a unique and creative world that is so far removed from a lot of the stuff that we've been seeing a lot of lately, between, like, toys coming to life, robots coming to life, you know, creatures coming to life, and digital passage of consciousness, or like cycles being repeated a bunch of times with small iterations. This is such a very vastly different type of story, similar to Backrooms, where, again, it's like a very vastly different type of story, which is why I'm really excited when they upload, when I see new installments of them, because it's like, oh, that's awesome. That is something that is so refreshing, so new, and so unique, and really, in a lot of ways, can only be done in kind of the medium of, like, independent digital creators here on the platform. So, awesome job, Alex. I can't wait to see what you have in the back half, and, you know, we'll be uploading that soon enough, my friends. So, in the meantime, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, remember, stay away from screens, unless that screen is a screen to watch us. Watch out for the blippies of the world. They're going to corrupt you. And as always, remember, it wasn't a live stream, but it was a video. A video for you. See ya!